Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, all the distinguished guests who have come here despite of the change of venue to Lahore, and excellent effort by the organizers to change the venue of Mat. I will share with you the journey of how we established commercial courts in the Lahore High Court, first of its kind. There's a problem with the network. I'm showing the Lahore High Court website as all that day how commercial courts are operated. But before I have 10 minutes and right taking, so I will walk you through the purpose of this conference today on the judicial perspective on arbitration. When we speak on doing a business, establishing commercial court, I first thought that the gauge to measure the investment climate in Pakistan are the corporate law firms, which advise foreigners in foreign investment how good the law in the country is. The gauge for corporate governance are the chartered accountant, which explains the foreigners to invest how company, management, board, and shareholders are interlinked and protected. But today, talking on the judicial perspective, the gauge to list the investment climate in Pakistan is the judicial perspective, the role of judiciary in investing, giving confidence to the foreign investment. Issue for establishing commercial court is to give a strong message to the world that our judicial prestige and judicial perspective on foreign investment is, you can see from the role of judges. I had a book launch on the arbitration laws of Pakistan 3 months ago in Islamabad. There the author wrote a book published by Clue. I didn't had to say much. I just said the book contains 266 pages, 1,022 footnotes, touchwood, all judgments of my studio courts. Supreme Court, High Court, Sindh High Court, Islamabad High Court, Lahore. We don't need to go further. Our judges have always led the way to protect the foreign investment. As you can see today, I came. Later on, another judge will High Court will come, the Chief Justice will come, the Chief Supreme Court judge will come, shows the strength of protection of judiciary in enhancing strengthening the confidence of the investors in Pakistan. The issue is what this Ciarb can do is that when recommending cases for arbitration, a role in choosing the arbitrator, the training of the arbitrator, training, and while the net will start, I'll show you through the commercial codes, how we set up the events, how we had the law, all information is available on the Lahore High Court website. It's a separate thing. Give me a presentation, put my presentation, please. Now, first and the most important thing to say is that how we speak about the protection to industry. The gauge, American US Department issued a report on Pakistan investment, climate investment in Pakistan, showing the confidence of investors in Pakistan. Next page. So what I can explain to the world as being a judge, handling commercial cases, for the last 25 years I've handled international arbitrations and arbitrations, now handling some cases. The first question would be, if the rule of law. There is a provision in the Federalist Part 1 explaining the implementing treaties, how the foreign arbitration and local arbitrations are dealt by the courts in Pakistan, can be considered as an approach of judicial perspective of judiciary stands to the arbitration, would be mentioning the Article 4 of the Constitution. The Constitution of Pakistan is unique features. The reason I am saying judicial perspective, the conference is on judicial perspective. This Constitution gives the sovereign authority
of judgments to have a binding effect under Article 189 of the Constitution. The Constitution of Pakistan itself explains that the Supreme Court decides the question of law, and enunciates a principle of law. It shall be binding on the courts below, same as the case in Article 201 of the High Court. Same principle, enunciate a principle of law, that decides the question of law, has a binding effect. Then, secondly, the issue would be that giving the confidence arise out of Article 37 of the Constitution, which explains the inexpensive and expeditious justice. For that rule of law, while looking at the Economic Reform Act 1992, Pakistan Private Foreign Investment Act 1976, and other laws dealing with the issue of foreign investment. Very sadly, what are you doing with this? Have us say first time. Then that brought issue was that how courts have examined the provisions of the Arbitration Act 1940. Then also the recognition after Pakistan signed the New York Convention 1958. We first had the Ordinance of Recognition and Enforcement of our Foreign Arbitration Award Ordinance, which was passed in 2005. Then finally a law in 2011, an act, with the act of also the private investment. Purpose is how courts have examined. Courts have always tried to protect the sanctity of the arbitration. Doing that, under those laws which I am explaining you, I've asked them to hand over a handbook. That handbook explains the role of questioners. Why did we have questioners? Was reason being, second access to justice. In Pakistan, first we talk about rule of law. Access to justice is the second part. That there are courts in Pakistan, Supreme Courts, High Courts, tribunals, and other specialized courts, and even people who are CBS sitting here, we are all regulators, how they handle sentencing, dispensation of justice. This made us realize to form a commercial. You have this book, Ali Jawad is sitting on the World Bank, which made us why we made commercial books. At the end, as the name, within the whole panel will take over, that we had High Court with orders. Commercial benches were given. I am a commercial judge, as a High Court judge. They had commercial cause lift of the judges, and the wording is, judge may, however, make any order, other case as commercial clause, either at the request of the party or sumu, if satisfied the said case is commercial and case is defined in law. So High Court under order functions the High Courts, and Supreme Court also had to decide, and then we thought what to do. Because every judge has other cases to deal. Commercial court cases were not got stuck, they were delayed. We thought what to do. We should have a specialized commercial. How did we do it? Next please. We saw the Company Act 2017 also mentions alternate mechanism for expeditious resolution of corporate disputes. Director Law of SCP Brar says sitting here, who came specially from Islamabad. Then we thought every law is dealing with the concept of dispensation of justice. Then how we made this? Next please. We looked, the Supreme Court of Pakistan, headed by the Chief Justice of Pakistan, the Law and Justice Commission, the secretary sitting here, and National Judicial Policy Making Committee. They met and they thought that we have to provide speedy justice to all tribunals, and then we got the opening above from the Supreme Court. And that opening led us make commercial court as an exemplary. When I made overseas cell at Johor High Court for overseas cases, it took 3 years to speak on them, giving judgment from them. Finally, the Speaker of Pakistan, just 2 weeks ago, has appreciated the efforts of how the Lahore High Court led the way in establishing the overseas cell without the support of any law by one notification. Never stop working toward the COVID time. Every office is closed, judges never suffer. We worked throughout COVID. Lawyers and judges sat throughout COVID because bottom line is dispensation of justice in a speedy way. Next please. Was that this booklet, we concluded everything how commercial code are exemplary. The website of commercial code high court explained that to you. There's an ordinance here, there are articles written here, and then I passed a judgment of Pizza Hut explaining everything. And that commercial code is working with the notification by the chief registrar on the direction of the chief staff. What have they done? Because when the World Bank came, Ali Jawad is sitting here, they said they want to do business in Pakistan, but there is issue of ease of doing business, enforcement of a contract. When you enforce a contract, every contract has dispute resolution mechanism. And that dispute resolution mechanism has always had the ADR. And those ADRs are delayed. The commercial courts, we set up 5 commercial courts with 5 veteran judges and 5 commercial judges. 2 years ago, they worked and decided various cases. They worked full time. One judge of commercial court in Lahore, Faisalabad, Gujranwala, Multan, and Rawalpindi. Now, those commercial judges are deciding every case. A session judge or a senior civil judge can nominate a judge, and that judge, who nominated, can mark those cases with them. And those judges will only do commercial justice. Those judges will then refer the matter to arbitration, stay the proceedings, and now the success of those is website there is a website of High Court. Every judgment passed by any judge, any order passed by any judge, anybody we see anywhere in the world can look into it. World Bank saw Pakistan rated for 156 or 180 countries because they had. Then when we set up the commercial courts, we remove all their gunas. उसको दाना courts की judgments पे, law judgment desk पे, they are this side. This you can see the commercial court of the High Court giving the background arguments. Come to main page, and I have included again that anybody can go to the High Court website. If you want to shift your case from a normal court to a commercial case, you can make a complaint. ऊपर बहुत रास्ता शेफर ऊपर लेके आओगे नीचे जाओ तो आगे main page of that. These are judgments. Any judgment passed by a High Court mentioned here. Judgment passed by commercial courts mentioned here. The purpose main page. Can you go to main page? Home page. This is the purpose of the commercial court. In my Pizza Hut judgment, which I cited to bring confidence in how he dealt with commercial cases, then this is the purpose to give you the background of commercial cases. And this is the chief justice of the whole High Court, who is his patronage on the commercial courts. Then the judge dealing with the great matters, and there he can file any case with Justice Shaikri, myself, and another judge. On foreign arbitration, I am handling with Justice Shaikri. On other court cases of commercial courts, all matters related to ADR or arbitration, there is a commercial courts on the FITIF. If you have any issue on this issue, then you can come to it. Then come at either office bearer. Anybody, anywhere in Pakistan, can refer a matter to commercial courts. They can then fix a case. The hearing is done day by day. And that all hearing, when you look at the website, you can see every date is mentioned and every order is uploaded on the commercial court. Now what we have done is we set up that there is a commercial court in Punjab. The highest body have also recommended that other courts should follow the same thing. And that commercial court is now deciding lots of cases, and the best would be the corporate law firms to say whether they've done right thing or wrong thing to people.